Hey, this is Zachary Will. I am doing a 360 video. I had a 360 shoot this week and got to rent the Insta360 X3 and just wanted to do a quick review on it and some general tips on when you're doing 360 videos and that kind of thing. So first off, it's really important that you check your surroundings. It's very difficult. It was hard for me to find a scenario in my house that was all clean, 360 degrees around. So I just came right outside to try this out. I did the shoot, and there was a couple things to note. The biggest being that you can't really cut audio like you can kind of in interviews for with just regular cameras. You can't do the little like crop ins that you do with 4K, where if you want to cut out something somebody said, you can't just punch in and cut out that portion. In 360 it has to be one continuous take, which makes it pretty difficult. The other thing was lighting is very difficult with 360 cameras because there's nowhere to hide it. However, that doesn't mean that you can't light with 360 cameras. You just have to be creative about hiding the light sources. There was actually like a bookcase or shelving unit that we were able to hide a backlight behind. And then there was a shelf where like the top shelf was semi-hidden. And we were able to hide a key light there. Did it look... if you looked very closely, you could probably find the key light. Maybe just something to keep in mind for my future videos that I do with 360 is just trying to think more about where to hide lights and bring in some small lights that I can hide. In the 360 video, we had somebody sitting behind a counter, and it was kind of like one of those lab desk things, and inside we put a little light to just kind of pop a little bit of light on their face. And because of the angle, we weren't seeing inside of it, so we weren't seeing the light. So just a couple things to keep in mind. You also can't use boom mics, obviously, with an Insta360 type of view. You need to only use lav mics because you can't hide the boom mic anywhere. So that's just a couple thoughts that I had about shooting in 360. I also did a quick test right before to just test out the stabilization that Insta360 has, which is really good. It even when you move the camera around sideways, it'll still stay solid. This is just kind of a test. I'm just doing just to see how the Insta360 works, and hopefully this image quality is pretty good. I'm actually just hand holding this, and it seems like it's pretty stable for I mean, I think even if I rotate it, it's got this like automatic horizon type thing that's keeping everything stable and the horizon the same. And so even if I, tilt shift it a little bit, it still keeps the same horizon. Yeah, I think it was a great camera. Their software for using it is really helpful. One thing I noticed though is with like the flow state, which is like their stabilization, if you have that on, but it's on a tripod, it might slowly start to like shift around. It's hard to kind of describe that, but you want to make sure to turn that off if the Insta360 is on a tripod. Just a quick, tip. One issue though that I do have is you do have to go through the software for every clip and kind of like re-export. Which is which makes it, it's just one extra step for post-production. But it's super nice that there's a lot of features on there that help you create a good 360 video. You can kind of like track people and keep them in the front. If you want to switch the front point of view to kind of like, you know, move somebody to a different thing that's going on, like if I wanted to point to somebody behind me or something like that, you can do that in the Insta360 software, which is pretty cool. So thanks for watching, and that's about it.